We are on this exclusive interview with His Excellency President Emmerson Mnangagwa on the occasion of Zimbabwe's independence 2019. The issue of foreign policy, Your Excellency, your government has actively sought to re-engage the international community. The government of the USA, Trump administration, have provided significant support. Recently, you received 3 letters from the Queen and the royal family. Prospects, are you confident that the issue of the critical sanctions affecting Zimbabwe negatively will finally be lifted?
Well, my belief is that those who have imposed sanctions on Zimbabwe will soon realize that the reasons they had done so, which in my view were not sound reasons at all. This is why these sanctions were rejected by the United Nations Security Council, and they were done outside the framework of the United Nations Charter by individual countries, in particular led by Britain, when Britain internationalized the dispute between Zimbabwe and the United Kingdom. You have mentioned President Trump. Yes, recently, President Trump's administration sent us, I think, $2.5 million US dollars to support the devastation which was brought about by Cyclone Idai. We are very grateful for that gesture from President Trump's administration. And also, they've indicated that they will assess whether there's still further need in that area, and they will continue to support us. And we think that is very good. I know that the people, the American people and the people of Zimbabwe, there's no quarrel between them. The quarrel is at the administration, the American administration, and us in Zimbabwe. But I believe that as we move on and as we continue to inform the Trump administration that there is no need to continue to have those sanctions which are hurting the ordinary person in this country. They say they're targeted. It's nonsensical to say that they're targeted. These sanctions affect every single citizen Zimbabwean in this country. They affect the growth of the economy in this country. So they're not targeted. They are very critical sanctions against our trust to develop and to modernize our economy. Yes, with regard to letters from the royal family, yes, we received letters from the royal family, from the Queen herself, from Prince Charles, who is the heir apparent, and after the Queen, there comes Prince Charles. After Prince Charles, there's Prince William, I think, yes, is the elder one. Those 3 have written letters of condolence and expressing their compassion for what has happened here. We are very grateful. I've written back to them to thank them for having those feelings towards our people here in Zimbabwe. It's a positive sign that actually there is a feeling in the United Kingdom of friendliness towards Zimbabwe at that level. So we're grateful about that.
Let me go back to your life, Your Excellency. You joined politics at a young age. What would be your advice to the youth in Zimbabwe who want to maneuver in the rigors of politics?
Well, the circumstances are now different. When we grew up, which is many years ago, none of you were there, there was a colonial administration in this country. We were oppressed, you understand. The simple incident that cannot leave my heart is when, about 1949, thereabout, we went to a deep tank, at Mnangagwa deep tank, and there was a white LDO, Land Development Officer, who came to destock our cattle. There was an old African woman who had 5 head of cattle. Then he wrote to say the old woman must sell the 2 and remain with 3. My father and his brothers protested that it was not fair because old woman could not survive with 5 cattle. So this young man said, no, he was the boss, he did that. So my father and his group removed a wheel from the Land Rover of this guy, and they have 3 wheels. The 4th wheel, they put stones. At the end of the day, when the young man wanted to go back to Shabani, it was called Shabani, this Shabani, he found his Land Rover now on 3 wheels. Then said, if you expect that woman to live on 3 cattle, you go back to Shabani on 3 wheels. So that resulted in my family being moved away from Southern Rhodesia to Northern Rhodesia. So I always angry. I was angry when because my father was also angry about it, being removed from his own country. I was angry about it myself. So I grew up as a young man saying, if I grow up, I must fight these people for ill-treating my father. That was the initial basis. But as I grew up, when I was at college in 1959, I was at college, and the former President Kaunda broke away from the ANC of Harinkombula. And he sent Nalomino Mundia and Mnayumbwa Sipalo at the college to recruit us as students to join his party. He had formed UNIP. That's when I joined the politics, and I've never looked back. 39
years of independence, 2019. What is that message to Zimbabweans, Your Excellency?
Well, one, to our people, our citizens, the proud Zimbabweans of this country, one, let us remain united. 2, let us cherish our peace. 3, let us defend wherever we are, night and day, our sovereignty and our independence. It cannot be sacrificed or sold. This came to us through sacrifice. Many of our brothers and sisters lost gave the supreme sacrifice of their lives for us to enjoy this independence and sovereignty we enjoy today. So, collectively and individually, let us protect our peace. Let us protect our unity. Let us protect our country. Let us protect our resources. Let us love each other. All Zimbabweans, brother and a sister. We should put aside differences of any nature, but regard ourselves as brothers and sisters, and our country and our nation will go forward. Let us create the Zimbabwe we want, a Zimbabwe where everybody gets what they are able to achieve on the basis of their talent. Those disadvantaged should enjoy the safety nets which the society must create so that everybody enjoys average good life.
Your Excellency, I must thank you for this exclusive interview, the first of its kind in the new dispensation. Allow me to say happy independence to your government, to the rest of Zimbabwe, to your family and yourself. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
This has been an exclusive interview with President Emmerson Mnangagwa on the occasion of 39 years of independence, unpacking issues of national development, issues of economic development, the way forward for Zimbabwe, and in the celebration of independence 2019. Thank you for joining us on ZBC TV. I'm Robson Mandu.